What's going on, guys? Welcome to Superwise. I'm John and I just got out of seeing Spider-Man Brand New Day. So to preface, I enjoyed the Home trilogy for what it was. I'll never forget seeing Homecoming for the first time and being so happy that Spider-Man was finally in the MCU. I liked Far From Home and I loved No Way Home. Especially when it takes the darker turn in like those last 10-15 minutes where it sets us on the course that Tom needed to go. I absolutely couldn't wait for the next chapter, and now here we are. So right off the bat, this is in my top 3 Spider-Man films of all time, only behind Spider-Man 2 at 1 and Spider-Man at 2. I really was just grinning ear to ear like a little kid again, seeing Spider-Man back the way he should be. It's everything I want a Tom Holland MCU Spider-Man movie to be. Sure, it's this cool larger story that sets up a massive part of the MCU's future, but at the core, it never loses that this is a Peter Parker story. It's heartfelt, it's emotional, it's fundamentally Spider-Man. The Home trilogy gets outmogged in literally every regard, but let's start with this. Destin Daniel Cretton. The second it got announced, we all knew that we were in for something special, some all-timer stuff, and to no surprise, that's absolutely true. Generally, the film looks like a film. The mood, the lighting, the contrast, the way New York looks. And it was rich, it had depth, it felt lived in. Lots of on-location stuff, practical sets, anything that was used for CGI touch-ups or green screen was minimal. Spider-Man didn't look like Gumby, he was tangible, just across the board, so visually nice to look at. The action set pieces were incredible. Destin went crazy. Scorpion, the Hulk, but I gotta give it to the Hand. That was hands down my favorite set piece. Spidey throwing hands, all that martial arts choreographed by Jackie Chan's stunt team, like it was immaculate. Then overall, the web swinging sequences were so cool and creative. With the shot choices, you were immersed. The Home trilogy severely lacked proper web swinging and Destin makes up for it. New York is Spider-Man's playground in this movie. I was just constantly smiling seeing a familiar classic Spider-Man back on the big screen, and that's helped by the character work and story in this. We love when Peter Parker's sad, depressed, and lonely, and we get that in spades. They really put him through it multiple times, and it's heartbreaking and so sad to watch. Struggling internally, having all that pain that you just can't let out by talking to someone, having to watch your people from afar, seeing them move without you, like they made Peter Parker relatable again, and it really hit. I really love the execution of Peter fully immersed into being Spider-Man because his Peter Parker life is non-existent. He's facing a similar existential crisis that Tobey went through and talked about in No Way Home. As a result, he's gained organic webbing, his DNA is changing. And so I thought it was really beautiful that Peter had to learn throughout the movie that he's not alone, he doesn't have to be alone. You can open up, you can share that pain, that grief. You can bond and grow stronger together. Peter harnessing this power because of the growth, learning to accept both sides of himself. New York and the community learning to love and accept Spider-Man by the end. It's welcomed familiar territory through all the hardship and difficulties. Ultimately, it's a beautifully executed, earnest, triumphant story. It's Spider-Man. Definitely got emotional by that third act. It just really hit. It really worked. So the character work for Peter was incredible. Tom Holland, the performance, he really stepped it up. Not only did he truly become Spider-Man, no longer a boy, he comes off as confident, steadfast, but he's vulnerable and he breaks down when he sees MJ kiss her boyfriend. When MJ says she doesn't love him because she doesn't remember him. One of the best perfectly executed moments of the film is when Peter is kissing MJ. MJ gives him that story and then it's revealed that it's actually Jean playing with his mind, feeding him false hope, and you can see the anger and the sadness and so many emotions in his eyes. The lip quivering, it was brutal. You could feel the energy in the theater shift. Genuinely a perfect, definitive, and delightful Spider-Man. Next up, I really love what they did with the Punisher. Him being put in a PG-13 setting isn't jarring. His personality, his demeanor, the way he operates, it's all still authentic. And the best moment with him is when he shoots Peter. Peter's in the hospital bed and he's very emotional because he shot one of the good guys. who never once has wronged him, wronged this city. His biggest crime is just being a nuisance to him. And so Frank has to sit there and apologize, say it's not okay, open himself up emotionally, cry in front of him, and accept him as a friend. I mean, I was just blown away. That was just so incredible. MJ is pretty good with what's given. I think Zendaya crushed it, especially with the emotional moments, like reading the letter telling Peter that she doesn't love him. I still think there is something left to be desired in terms of, I don't think they really know what to do with her yet. Like, she's not working for the Daily Bugle. She's not a Broadway star or an actress. They just don't know what to do with her yet, and I hope they figure that out down the line. Because she really is MJ, Mary Jane. I know it's Michelle Jones, but she is MJ in name only, and they need to do more with her. A big reason why this isn't the greatest Spider-Man movie of all time to me is because the supporting characters, specifically Ned and MJ, need more depth. They're very thin. Their defining trait is their direct relation to Spider-Man, and there isn't much more than that. Whereas in Spider-Man 1 or 2, there is with MJ or Harry. So in Spider-Man 5, Spider-Man 6, let's do a little more. Bruce Banner and the Hulk were utilized well. I like how the film displays Peter's intelligence, working at his station, but every once in a while he's gonna need to defer to someone else's judgment, someone who knows a little more than him, so he goes to Bruce. Again, makes the world feel lived in, and I love the connectivity. Then you have the Hulk side of things. First off, I think it's the best the Hulk has ever looked in the MCU. Hulk is one of my favorite all-time superheroes, so seeing Savage Hulk back was a treat, and it sets up a very interesting new arc for Bruce, where after being mind-controlled, he's being wheeled into that ambulance, and he's like stumbling upon his words. His mind's all over the place, his mind's been messed with, and Savage Hulk lies within him. He no longer has full control. It sort of perfectly tees up a Hulk solo project. Destin says that he has good pitches. Please, Universal, make it happen, or we're gonna have to persuade you. Let's just put it like that. Finally, the last big character, Sadie Sink. It's one thing to hear rumors, to read these reports, but then you're sitting in the theater and Peter turns the laptop and you see the words Jean Grey. You hear Peter Parker say the words, "Where's Jean Grey?" You're hit with this reality that the mutant saga and the X-Men are upon us and around the corner. Like, if you were to tell me that we would get a Spider-Man movie with Hulk, the Punisher, and Jean Grey, it would just be a total trip. I do like Sadie Sink in this role. I need more. I need to see her with her Cyclops and her X-Men team. I think it's incredibly smart that you start out young and we grow and evolve with these characters over the next 10-15 years. I've never truly loved a live-action Jean Grey. She's easily gonna be the first. It's a good start. Like, Peter creating the prototype for the mutant power suppression collar is just a genius idea. It's great connectivity again, and it'll have impact on the future. I thought it was really clever. In terms of other spoilers, Ned and MJ kinda remembering. They soft launched it nicely, giving fans hope that Peter's gonna have his friends again. It was clearly never gonna last. And I can't lie, like Peter, MJ, and Ned sitting around, building Legos, drawing, hanging out, like, it was really sweet. And that post-credit scene got me, man. We know we're leading to Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, so the Spidey tracker starting in New York, slowly zooming out, showing Spidey in space, teasing clearly Tobey Maguire crossing over again. That was a pretty fun way of teasing it. Tom's Peter seems to be keeping the organic webbing, and I'm a fan of organic webbing. Of course, I'm a Raimi bro. Destin and Tom seem to be as well. It's just a cool, organic, natural evolution for this character, and a lot of this film is Raimi coded. That's why I love it so much. But overall, what a great Spidey film. It's a top tier Spidey film, a top tier MCU movie. Not a perfect movie. It had flaws and things I didn't really love, like the hand being revealed and bodyguards for damage control. Wasn't really vibing with that. Ned and MJ not being as fleshed out as they could be. The comedy mostly landed, and it's tonally pretty consistent, but there was that one scene where after MJ tells Peter that she doesn't love him, Peter's just standing there trying to reconcile, trying to understand that, and then she later comes back and it's like this weird awkward moment. It broke the emotional weight and tension pretty fast. I don't think it was well executed. But the directing, the action sequences, the character work, the score, it all far outweighs any bad or any flaw. Destin, Tom, and everyone involved really just nailed it. They fundamentally get the character and really took this character to the next level that he needed to be taken to. I cannot wait to see this movie again, and I can't wait to see where Tom goes next. It's just so nice to have Spider-Man back. I am a happy, happy man. But make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. That'll be all for me. Remember my catchphrase, guys. Stay super wise.